Aira, the virtual interpreter for the blind. Instant access to information. A real person in real time. Aira on the web, AIRA.io. Welcome to Blind Abilities. I'm Jeff Thompson, and today in the studio we have a big announcement coming out of Aira, and with me is Jenine Stanley. Jenine, welcome to the show.
Hi, Jeff. Happy to be here.
I'm so glad you could make it, especially during the Independence Day holiday here. Plus, there all the convention stuff going on, and here we are.
Yeah, amazing. Both in person and virtual in some cases. So here we are, and I wish I had a grill today. That's all I can say.
Oh, there you go. I tell you what, I always love the Aira, and that's AIRA announcements coming out, and I heard you got a couple to make.
Oh, yeah. So we are announcing Aira Everywhere. And you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, is the entire planet free? No, not quite. But we are announcing a couple new form factors that we're going to be on in the very near future. So let me go ahead and start with our homemade one, homegrown, I guess you could say, and it is Aira for Desktop. We will be opening up a public limited beta at the end of July. And what a limited beta means is that it has limited functions, so not everything is working yet. But you will be out there to test it and put it through its paces and watch as we add more and more features and up and working.
So if I wanted on a desktop, I could line up a bunch of vegetable cans and just pass them right in front of the camera.
You got it.
One after the other.
Absolutely. You can just hold up your mail, no more holding the phone and moving the mail and holding and juggling, and prescription bottles are great using this.
You got two hands then.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's going to be exciting when that comes out.
Oh, yeah. Right now, this works with TeamViewer. It works with Google Remote. It works with most of the screen share products that are out there. It doesn't have its own screen share built in because it is a web app, but getting onto TeamViewer is really fast.
Oh, that's great. That's what people want to do.
Yeah, no more fumbling around to try to find your numbers.
There you go. And when is that going to be available?
That will be available at the end of July. And what we'd like people to do is to sign up now if you're interested in being part of that public beta. And when we announce it, we will send you instructions, including instructions for how to use the app. And you can go to aira.io/choice because Aira believes in choice.
Well, that's really great. So people can then help make it a better product for when it does go public, that They can work out the kinks and suggestions and expand upon it and make it shine like it should shine.
Exactly. Exactly. And it does work on PC and Mac as well as the iPad.
Oh, great. A lot of options there.
Oh, yeah.
So what else does Aira have in the goodie bag?
What else do we have? Well, you have probably heard, and I think you folks have also covered, the BlindShell Classic 2 phone. This is a phone that is based on an Android system, but it is a phone that has actual buttons and tactile controls. And we are going to be, at the end of the month, doing some big things with the BlindShell folks, BlindShell USA. We're going to be working with them. We have Aira on the BlindShell, and so that will be an option right now. There is other software on there for visual assistance, but Aira will be there officially. Again, it will be a limited public beta initially, but there will also be some specials if you want to purchase a BlindShel phone. And I was really surprised, Jeff, at all the things this phone can do. It's quite a nice phone, actually.
I heard that it's for people who didn't want the full technology, that you get in a smartphone. However, the more I hear about the BlindShell is the more accessible it is and the more that is coming to it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, they have color detector, they have a light detector, they have all sorts of listening options for media, they have email, internet browsing, all kinds of things on this phone. And the battery life on this thing is amazing, actually. But it is a very nice phone. It has the Google Voices, which is good for people with any kind of hearing impairment. So it's much, much easier to hear using this phone and to understand than many of the feature phones that are out there. And it's just a very good entry into the blindness technology kind of space.
And you've had hands-on with this BlindShell phone. Classic.
Yep, sure have. I have done just about everything. I went shopping the other day. You can take photos with it. Again, not all of the things are available that would be with our current smartphone app. However, we'll be adding things over time. And so, be sure to get in on it. If you are just somebody who hangs out at home and maybe needs a pair of eyes every now and then, this is a fantastic device. Good for anybody, but it's really good for that case.
Oh, that's great that you're working with other companies that want to introduce this onto their devices. That's great.
Yeah. Well, you know what? The holy grail, I guess, for Aira, everyone since we discontinued the Horizon glasses in 2020 has been asking about hands-free. Well, guess what? We will be working with the ARX company. They have a headset. It is not glasses, it's a headset. And I have not seen one yet, so I cannot describe this to you, but I will, believe me, as soon as I can. But this is a headset that uses bone conduction, speakers, and a microphone. It has a camera, and it pairs with an Android phone. They are hoping to pair with iOS by the end of the year, but we right now are in testing with the folks at ARX and should have something for you all to look at if you happen to own a set of these by the end of July. Now, if you do buy this product from ARX, it also has a number of things that it can do, such as object recognition, text recognition, things like that. So it's very similar to another hands-free product, the Envision AI glasses, and we are currently working with Envision. Expect to hear something about that effort in August.
Wow. That is the holy grail area. That's well put.
Everybody has been asking. I joke, I say I have my two questions that everybody asks: rollover minutes and hands-free. And so we do have some hands-free solutions. It's been a long road to get here, we know, but we wanted to get something that was going to be reliable and that people could actually really use.
I really like where Aira is going. Once the Horizon left, you guys have revamped everything, got it working so people can use it, still use it, and it's still available to us. And now you're even expanding more. That's exciting to me.
Yeah. Visual interpreting, people, and this is so humbling, I have to say, but people say, Aira, it's life-changing. And I totally agree with that as a user myself. But boy, when you think about that, we change people's lives. Yeah, we do. This also opens up a lot more employment possibilities, especially the hands-free options if you work in a factory or on a warehouse floor, something like that, where you're needing to have hands-free Aira. Here it is. The desktop app opens up some work-related situations where you can use Aira at your workplace if you're doing more sedentary work, computer kinds of things, all of that. So, we're really hoping, because that's one of our big passions, is getting people that meaningful employment and getting people on their feet financially, things like that. And if we can help make that happen, great.
Yeah, my wife she works for the state of Minnesota, and she had it in another department, but she switched over to another agency of the same, it's all under the same umbrella.
Oh, yeah.
But you have to deal with different HR people for a reasonable accommodation. So she had to go through another process like that. And she's been through those ropes before, and she used the cases that she's used it, and she's got it again. So
fantastic.
You guys got a great product, and it was easy for her to sell to the HR people. And now that might have opened up the doors for other people in those departments.
Oh, I hope so. That's great, because we're happy to talk to employers if you need us to. The best thing to do, though, is demo it. That really sells it. Show them how you're going to use it. I think once they see it, they'll be pretty impressed, we hope.
Well, like she always says, she says, I got something that's handwritten, boom, 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 I'm done. I didn't interrupt anybody. And she's moving forward. She's productive.
On to the next thing.
That's like me. I do woodworking and some other things here and there. And I have people that will hang over my shoulder and, judge me because I'm visually impaired. So they think they have to help and stuff like that. And if I can just pop that up in a matter of 30, 40 seconds, I'm back doing what I was doing. I didn't have to bother anybody. And I didn't need to say all this, but that's my most use case for it, is getting me out of that quick jam.
Yeah, I have to say, so many people have taken up hobbies again that they stopped doing because they had lost their vision. And all they needed was just a little bit of visual info to get them started again. My husband is in the process of building a ham radio antenna. And he will occasionally, call the agents and say, okay, can you look at this, see if it's straight, see if this measures, see if I'm in the right place. And he's got all of the instructions for building the antenna. They just pull them up in the file and away you go.
I remember ham radios back in the day when we all had antennas, but that person that had the ham radio, every time they talked, my TV screen would squiggle.
Oh, no. Oh, wow.
They had those power microphones.
Oh, my goodness. I'm afraid of what he's doing to my neighbors, actually, with this giant antenna.
Everyone's got internet now. They're not even using those type of airwaves.
So no worries.
But with technology growing, look at where Aira's coming. I'm really excited. And where can people find Aira?
So you can go to Aira.io is our website. If you want to learn more about all of these new products, it's Aira.io/choice. You can call us. Our customer care team is ready for you, and that is 1-800-835-1934, or you can write to support@Aira.io. Send us an email. We'll be happy to reach back out to you.
And Aira is at the NFB convention, and you're probably headed to ACB.
You got it. We are actually at ACB virtually this year, although I know that Mr. Troy Attilio, our CEO, is running around to ACB, so you may see him. I think he may have come back home by now, but he was running around, unless he went to Omaha Steaks and got lost. I'm not sure, but... But we will be at NFB. We are going to be in booth C24 in the exhibit hall. We've also got a couple sessions, so be sure to look for us. And we'll have some of this gear that you can get your hands on. So please stop by.
And I do like the ACB virtual stuff. They've done a good job with that.
Yes, absolutely.
Janine, thank you so much for coming on, and thanks for all that Aira is doing for the blindness community.
Oh, thank you, Jeff. It's actually an honor to help people.
All right. Aira, the virtual interpreter for the blind. Instant access to information. A real person in real time. Aira on the web, AIRA.io.
When we share
what we see
through each other's eyes, we can then begin to bridge the gap between
the limited expectations
and the
realities
of
blind abilities.
The realities of blind
abilities.
For more podcasts with a blindness perspective, check us out on the web at www.blindabilities.com, on Twitter at blindabilities. Download our app from the App Store, blindabilities, that's 2 words, or send us an email at info@blindabilities.com. Thanks for listening.